How much fun was it to be on the movie Old School? What's your most crazy story about the movie or something we might not know about Will Ferrell?
I worked with Will Ferrell, not on Old School, because I just came in. When you do a movie like that, you come in, it's your scene, and then you leave.
Yeah, he wasn't on set.
You're not even really talking to anybody.
He's not probably on that shoot that day, right?
Yeah, and my part was really small, but they wanted me to play that character, and I improvised that line. Love, it's a motherfucker, huh? And don't worry for her. Love, it's a motherfucker. I just did that. Todd Phillips just lets me do whatever. And I remember my friend Ahmed said, dude, your line got a huge laugh in the movie theater, and I didn't go to the premiere because I'm an asshole. And I never do that stuff.
I bet you wish you did now.
I'm not really. I'm an asshole in general.
Yeah, true.
And I have problems, and I have a huge problem with acting and everything else. So, no. I love being with people. I love The Hangover. That was a lot of fun. But
you don't like Eddie?
I'll tell you, I did a movie with Will Ferrell. He was producing. It was called The Goods. So I'd come back. We'd do our scene, and I'd come back, and he was such a nice human being. I'm going to tell you a story about Will Ferrell and fucking Adam. What's the guy? Adam
Sandler.
No, who wrote Talladega Nights?
Oh, his boy.
Adam McKay.
Yeah.
So those two guys, I happen to know there was a reading at the table read, and one of the big actors was not doing their job, didn't fit in. It just wasn't working.
He just wasn't a fit.
And they didn't fire that person. I'm not even going to tell you. They didn't fire the person because they didn't want to be mean. That's how nice they are. I'm serious. They were like, man, let's just make it work. I don't have the heart to fire it.
Wow.
Now that's how nice he. And so Adam. But the Will Ferrell. I remember we were kind of improvising, joking around when he was like at Video Village, and I was talking about hunting or something, and I said, "You're a hunter," and he goes, "Yes, I hunt waterfowl." And I said, "Waterfowl?" And he said, "Yes." I said, well, how do you do it? He goes, I like to hang around the tributaries. You know, his face gets really serious. Yeah. And I use long nets, and I capture all of them, the ducks especially. And I said, do you release them? He said, sometimes not. You know, the way he was doing it, I was just, and he never lets you think there's a joke. He's like, waterfowl. I enjoy hunting. So everything he says is hilarious.
He's quick with it too, huh?
Yeah, and you can't find anybody in Hollywood to say one bad thing about Adam McKay or definitely not Will Ferrell. That's my experience. Been a long time, but anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a 3-part question. Love the show. Any chance of doing a tour in Australia? Also, is there any TFAC merch?
We have TFAT merch dropping when we get to Austin. We'll bring back the Abbott Kenny Fight Club original tees, and then we're doing a 6th Street Fight Club tee as well.
I'm wearing that shit.
Yep. So we'll be doing that. We don't know if we're doing 6th Street Fight Club or Congress Ave. But we're bringing merch back. Yeah.
6th Street sounds more dope.
Yeah, 6th Street Fight Club is great.
We're bringing that back. Then what was the
Australia.
Tour in Australia would be tough.
Yeah.
It'd be tough.
Yeah. You got to remember, we have kids now.
Yeah.
We have kids
Yeah, it's just
now.
a different time.
Different time.
Like I stopped touring so I can be with the kiddos.
Yeah.
So it'd be tough to go to Australia for
But
2
when we
weeks.
went for Brendan's tour,
It was fun.
it was insane, dude.
And
The crowds are.
I don't regret any of those experiences. We had such a good time, but now it's just different. I can't leave the kids for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Will you miss the team who aren't coming to Austin?
Who are they? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the employees.
You don't know anyone that works
No,
here. Huh?
I mean, obviously, Mark and Casey are great. You're great. We'll miss all you guys.
Casey still work for us.
Yeah.
Casey's still full time. Mark work part time, and of course we'll miss you. I'll miss the boys at Golden Hour, of course, but yeah, I'm ready to go.
One thing. If you're young, just keep this in mind, everybody. Change will always happen, and you will try to hold on to things and just bear witness to the changes. It'll always be kind of moving.
Yeah, nothing lasts forever.
Nothing.
I mean, we were at the Comedy Store in 2018, 2019. I was like, oh, this is so cool. This will never change. We're going to do this till we're 80.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then other shit hit.
It'll
and
hit for sure.
it crumbled.
Yeah, it just all went away. That was my greatest heartbreak. But it's okay. I've had them before, and I'll have them again. Don't hold on too tight. And it's supposed to change. And if you're growing, never think about the past. Never think about the past. You're not your past. You're not. You just keep moving. Keep moving. Yeah.
I think a change would be good for us, though. In Texas,
Yeah.
it's just something,
Yeah.
Hey,
we're just too comfortable here.
Yes.
It's too easy to sit down, do
Yes.
this. Like, it's going to be good.
I had my martial arts teacher, I was trying to really do something with my life, and I was trying to get really good grades, and I was getting my black belt, and I was just trying to, I don't know, I was hunkering down. I want to take my life more seriously. And I said to my teacher, who was a really wise man, I said, I'm losing my friends. Like I'm not fostering these bonds with my friends. I'm not spending time. And you know what he said? He said, I know. He said, but guess what?
They're not your friends.
There are a lot of people waiting for you on the other side. He said, there are a lot of people who are more dynamic.
And put a knife in your neck.
And I went, motherfucker. And then he cut
And
me.
then he killed you. And the other side, he meant heaven.
That's right.
There's a lot of people on the other side.
Right.
I'm
And I
on this side. Not anymore.
Think. Yeah, but he said there are people waiting for you on the other side of that wall. Keep climbing. And I went, and he goes, and they're more fun, and they're more interesting, and they're more, and all that. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be more fun. I think overall life, like quality of life's better out there for me, especially with the kiddos stuff.
Yeah,
like
fun
that.
is different, right? When you have kids, you're thinking about your kids, what's good for your kids, and that's when I'm happy and relaxed. If I'm fortifying my children's future and I have some certainty in that.
Yeah,
sense,
also all my friend, like my work is my social life outside the baseball dad. So it's like I really don't have time for anything else. Like I don't go to dinners. I don't hang out. Like this is my hang.
Yeah.
Just happens to be my work, which is great. It is
That's
what
right.
it is. But yeah, I think it'll be fun out there. We've been doing this for so long, man. Just like
Isn't that
this
crazy?
here in LA. So it's just something.
It's gonna be new. It's gonna be
something
new. We'll have new
fresh.
people coming in.
We'll have new experiences to talk about. Like I have the same schedule every day. My biggest fit, the show I know me and Bryan will figure out, and Chin, we'll figure that out. Studios would be great. Guests would be great. Like the podcast I'm not worried about. The biggest thing for me is leaving the baseball dads. Like I have such a good crew, such good kids. And you I'm sure that everyone feels that way. So hopefully I'll find that in Austin.
100%.
Dude, yesterday T had a learning lesson because it was the first playoff game, right? And he pitches, he's the starting pitcher. And it's tough because I get worried. It's how I'm sure dads worry about when the kids play tackle football. You worry about CT if they're getting like their bell rung. So I worry about Tiger's arm because those fast for a 9-year-old. And I always get Tommy John surgeries up like 80% with kids under 13 because dads are pitching them so much and throwing curves. Tiger's only allowed to throw fastballs and changeups because of that. And he wants to throw a curve so bad. I'm like, no. So I don't warm him up a lot because I'm like, he'll get a ton of throws. He has to pitch on Wednesday and Saturday. So we limited him to 50 throws. First, I didn't warm him up properly. Like me and him warm up together. I do a proper warm up with him, but I didn't warm him up enough. So he started off like a little rusty. Dude, bases loaded. First inning, first playoff game, bases loaded. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh man, I didn't warm him up correctly. That's why we do warm ups. We should have probably warmed up more. And one of the baseball dads like, dude, what's going on? Aren't you worried? I go, no, it's good for him, man. Let him work his way out of it. Like, this is good. It would be bad if he just struck out every single kid because he's going to get to a point where his size and athleticism is going to catch up with him.
That's right.
Trust me, it's going to catch up with him. Whether he goes to Austin.
Meaning other kids are going to be like that big.
There's a ton of other kids out there like that, but he's facing competition now, which is good, but they're not. He can get by just being the bigger, faster, smarter kid. So it's going to catch up with him. So I'm like, no, adversity's good. I don't want him to go fucking 0 hits, no hits, no runs. Like, this is good. Bases loaded, no outs. That inning, he finally warmed up, struck out the next 3, only gave up 1 run. Ooh. But the dad was like, how you stay so calm? Like, because in the long game, this is good.
That's right.
Because he needs to deal with adversity.
100%.
If he's just dominating, that's not really baseball. Like, he needs to face this adversity.
Of course.
So I like it when it gets a little... And then he's not melting down. He's just like, all right. I go, you're still warming up. You're good, bud. And then it's on. You can tell once he starts warming up, then it's on.